right from the jump, his arm talent is very unique. But again, it's just to me what always impressed me about him was just his ability to stay calm in the middle of the storm. When things are going wrong, things are going bad. I can remember in particular that first spring, there was a play in a live scrimmage. It was a bad snap, and again, he's in 8th grade. The ball hits the ground, and a normal kid would fall on it or panic or whatever. Trevor reaches down one hand and stabs it and throws a laser to a receiver, and instead of it being a big loss, it turns into a positive play, and he's just cool as he can be, calm as he can be, move on to the next play and doesn't give it a second thought. So his mentality, his preparation, and his ability to stay calm in the storm and what makes him unique.
He was in the 9th grade. We were playing in the semifinals right out here on this field. We were playing Buford, and they were extremely talented, big, all over the field, very aggressive defense, and he threw an interception, and I don't remember exactly when it was in the game. It may have been the third quarter. He throws an interception, and one of their defensive ends peels back and takes him out. I mean, just wipes him out. Never saw it coming, flipped him upside down, and he hit the ground, and I had already headed out. The play wasn't even over, and I knew that he had just gotten rocked. And so I'm on my way out to check on him, and we get him over to the sideline, and I told him on the headset on the way back, we've played 14 games with him. We think we know what we got, but we're really about to find out because it's not going well for us. It's the first time since he started that it hasn't gone well for us really, and he just got smoked by a big dude that outweighs him probably about 100 pounds. We're about to find out what we've got, and he needed a second, and he gathered his thoughts, and he went right back out, and we went right back to offense, and I think started to put together probably the best drive that we had in the game, and then some penalties took precedence over the drive, but he came right back out firing, ready to go. And I knew right then he could be really, really, really special.
His teammates love him. He's one of them. He doesn't want to do anything by himself. He's the #1 recruit in the country, and he didn't do some hat selection. Didn't want ESPN there. Didn't other than trying to gain extra attention for his teammates. He never wanted to make anything for himself or about himself. So that part of it when your best player is one of your best kids in the program, it just makes everything go so smoothly. And really, he set the precedent for recruiting and how our kids handle recruiting in our program for a long, long time.
And I think that Trevor, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but if football was over for him tomorrow, he's got a plan. There would be something else that he would go excel at and go do, outside of athletics, So for him to be grounded in that aspect is I think is really rare, because I think that a lot of times these kids don't have anything to fall back on. They put so much stock in this, and then it's not there anymore. So now what do I do? He competes within himself when nobody else even thinks he's competing. I was talking with a group of kids one day up here. We were talking with some receivers, and I told one of the receivers, I said, you watch him. You want to know why Trevor's having success? Okay? You watch him at practice, and you watch him. Nobody else gets to run the scout team perimeter offense. He does. He wants to go out there and challenge the defense every day. And you watch, and every snap he takes, his drop is intentional. His read is intentional. We're not even running our offense, and he's still looking and looking at coverages and finding out, and he's throwing lasers all over the field. I said, he does not have to do that, He's a 3-time first-team All-Stater that's got every college coach in the country buzzing around here, and he's out there doing it with the scout team against receivers that are not his guys. These are JV kids that are out there running routes, and he's sticking balls and taking drops and reading and moving his feet. And I said, that's why he is what he is, because he's competing with himself right now. He's not necessarily, he knows that there could be a chance that I drop and I stick it on this receiver, and because he's a 10th grade not expecting, he may not catch it. Right. But I know that I put the ball where it needed to be, and yesterday I missed that throw, so I want to make it today, I mean, it's unbelievable to watch him work and to watch him do. He's unbelievably competitive.
He wants to see his teammates do well. He wants to see them gain the attention. In his mind, he's already thinking about, what do I go to do next? What's the next step in life? What's the next game to be played? What's the next workout that I need to go to? And again, he's just such a great teammate. I've seen it on countless occasions. When he set the state record, he didn't want any special fanfare. He didn't want any big deal. He wanted to celebrate with his teammates and move on to the next play and win the game.
He's gone off to Clemson. I know that Coach Sweeney says little old Clemson, but you just won a national championship. It's a big deal. It's a big, huge thing, and that he still has that he still cares enough about our relationship and our program to call and check on these guys. He walked into this facility last week when he came home for some rest and relaxation. Walked in and was blown away at this new building. And was just hugging on everybody and just glad to be back so he could take a deep breath, and he just didn't have to. This is his safe place,
Right.
I want him to be able to come back here and walk through this building and feel like that he's back home. It's just Trevor, And it was fun to watch some of the kids that played with him, some of the seniors that just walked by and was like, "Hey, what's up, Trevor?" Just keep walking. But the younger kids, the ninth graders, come in here and they're like, "Hey, there's Trevor. Well, he talked to them just like he did his old buddies. It's nothing to him. This is his home, and these coaches love him, and he loves us, and it's just I enjoy talking to him. I enjoy talking to him about things that's going on outside of the football. I know what's going on in football. I can watch it on TV on Saturdays,
Right.
But just getting to talk to him about his personal life and how it's going and how he's handling it and the things that are going on, it's important. He checks on my wife and my kids and how's the family doing. It's always the first thing he says is, how's the family doing? Good. So it's just it's good that it hasn't gotten so big that he forgot. He's forgotten about relationships that he had before he got to that point.